Now we'll start the next topic. Now, in this topic of portfolio mathematics, again related to probability. So let's see this, but from the finance point of view. Now, in this, they have asked me to calculate the covariance of returns. Okay. And they've given me here the joint probabilities for the returns of foreign index and domestic index, two indexes. Now, in order to calculate covariance, I need the returns, the average returns of foreign index. So I will see the deviation of foreign index, and then I will see the deviation of domestic index. But I need to multiply with the probability and then sum it up to get the covariance. This will give me what? The covariance between the returns of my foreign and domestic index with respect to probability. Got it? But to solve this, first we will summarize all of this systematically. So what we'll do is that we will take this data, and what I generally do is that I arrange that. So I take the probability. What is the probability here? Then I will take foreign index returns. I will take domestic index returns, and then I will start calculating the covariance. Remember, covariance, there is no shortcut for covariance when you have probability. You'll have to put all the scenarios. So I have three scenarios, 25, 50, and 25%. So I write 25%, 50%, and 25%. So what is the return for 25% probability? What is the return of foreign index? That is 25% and domestic 30. So this is going to be, I'll write down, these are in percentage. So this is 25, this is 30. For 50% probability, it is 15 and 25. So this is 15 and 25. Everything is in percentage, okay? And the last is 10 and 15. 10 and 15. Clear, everyone? Now, what I need is that I need the average returns of this so that I can put it in my covariance section, and then I can find the returns. Correct? Everyone understood what we are trying to do here? Anyone still in doubt what we are trying to achieve here? We're trying to find the covariance. But covariance has to be done manually. Now, there are two ways to find the mean here or the expected value. You can manually multiply this, store, and then add it up. Or you can go to the second function that we have, second 7, put the values in X and then put this in Y. You'll get the mean. Okay. Then again, you go to second 7, and this time you just replace the X value with domestic. Probability is going to be the same. This, I believe, is a bit more quicker. So can you solve this, guys? Go to second 7, press second 7, and then fill up in X25, Y25, X0 to 15, Y50, X03, 10, Y25, then press second 8. Again, it should be 1V, and then you will get N as 100. You should get N as 100, and then you will get X bar. Let me know what's your X bar in first case. Anyone? I'm not solving it. We've already solved that in the previous case, but if you want, I'll solve it. Okay, how to quickly do this, guys? 25, 15, and 10. So I press second 7, second clear, second clear. So I have the numbers. I had first 25, 15, and 10. So 25, enter. The probability was 25, 50, 25. 25. Then I had my second return was 15 and then 10, 15 and 50. So I'll put 15. I'll put 50. Then I had 10 and 25. So 10 and 25, enter. second 8, it should be 1V. If not, keep pressing second enter until you get 1V, down arrow 100, and I get 16.25. Are you getting this? 16.25, everyone? Clear? Same way now in domestic, what I'll do, I'll take 30, 25, and 15. I'll just replace X, Y. The probability, I'll keep it as it is. So I'll do 30, 25, and 15 to do it quickly. 30, 25, and 15. So I go press second 7, 30 in X. Don't change Y. Okay. 25, X2. And the third one was 15. So 1, 5, enter. Second 8, down arrow. Here, your X bar is 23.75. Are you getting this? Just check it and let me know. Correct, everyone? Hello? Are you getting this value? Okay. So now we'll put all of this has to be done manually. So I will do 25 is my first year minus 16.25, 15 minus 16.25, 10 minus 16.25 times the value 30 minus 23.75, 25 minus 23.75, and 15 minus 23.75. All of this multiplied with the probability that is 0.25, 0.5, and 0.25. I'll get values here. I'll calculate those values, sum it up. That should be my covariance. Everyone with me? Right? Now, let's solve this. So first you do in your calculator. And if you want, we can do it together or you can solve it because here the signs do matter a lot. I can't see any 1 minus V in my calculator and same value. Find. Okay, 1V. If you don't see, what do you see when you press second 8? I got a query that there is no 1V in the calculator. So see, when you put all the values, you put second 8, you will see, if you don't see 1V, what do you see? You might see this, this. So keep pressing second enter until you get 1V. Keep pressing second and enter. Second is below compute. Second enter until you get 1V. Are you getting this? Correct. Second enter until you get 1V, then press the down arrow. You should get the answer. Got it? Okay. Yes. Right. Based on all that, now coming back here, see here, it's very crucial how you calculate. And I've seen many students making mistake here. You should solve this, store it, then solve this, times this, and then restore it. So what I do 25 minus 16.25. Are you getting 8.75? Store 1. Store 1. Now solve the second one. 30 minus 23.75. You will get 6.25. Multiply with recall 1. Multiply with the probability of 0.25. And again store 1. This is what will give you 13.67. Positive. Are you getting 13.67 positive? Check it. The next one I'll do 15 minus 16.25. I store it in seconds, store 2. Then I do 25 minus 23.75 equal to into 0.5 into equal to. I get 0.78 negative. Store 2. Third one. 10 minus 16.25. Store 3, 15 minus 23.75 into recall 3 into 0.25. I get a value of again 13.67. Store 3 plus recall 1 plus recall 2. You'll get 26.56 approximately. If you add all this thing, you'll get 26.56, which is B. This has to be done manually. Practice it well. See to it where you have plus and minus. This one is negative. Okay, be careful here. It will take time. Don't be in a hurry here. Only this question is where you have no shortcut. You have to do manually when it comes to calculating covariance with probability. Got it? Everyone? Understood? Clear? Yes. Anyone has any questions? Okay. Manually, this has to be done carefully. Here, your accuracy is important, not the speed initial, right? Okay. It is time consuming. Yes, it is time consuming, but don't expect every question will be time consuming. There will be so many questions which you'll finish probably in 20-30 seconds, right? So otherwise, I have never seen in level 1 students having time constraint. Generally, in level 1 students finish the exam quite early. Of course, that's not the case in level 2 and level 3, definitely not. But in level 1, no problem. In level 1, you finish the exam quite early. Okay, so time is not an issue. So don't worry about is it going to take too long and all. Don't worry about that at all. Clear? Yes. Okay, that's it. That's about the portfolio mathematics that we had.